Oh, they're actually going to challenge this push strategy and team fighting from Secret and just plop down like kind of this is like the trump card, right? The Dusa says that we are going to have better late game and we're going to challenge you for towers as well because Dusa is really hard to push into naturally. But this is like Dusa doesn't take advantage of Omni or Dazzle like at all.
Yeah, she's tanky enough just by herself. She doesn't need any help.
Yeah, so it's like these two heroes don't really have a purpose.
The weird thing is, I'm getting some deja vu here because Kinguin did this earlier, where their first 3 picks all made sense. It all had synergy. They were going down a particular road, and then their 4th pick went a totally completely different way, and so did their 5th pick, which left them in the game kind of going, yeah, we're not really sure what we're supposed to be doing anymore. Similar, could be wrong.
Troll ban. That's the face I didn't see for quite some time.
I would be yeah. I think so Troll, because Troll does deal with Tide okay, maybe not as well as Ursa, but he checks all the other boxes that we were talking about.
5 seconds remain.
Well, they need a hero that benefits from repel.
Dire team are now picking.
I mean, I think it's like a hero like Gyro.
Maybe a Gyro. Gyro's still viable. Yeah. Maybe even a Sven.
You won't have an initiator as part of the problem though. Like if you pick up say like this Sven, that gives you a jumping hero that's great. But then you're also a very slow lineup, both Sven and Dusa. But if you pick up Gyrocopter, then it leaves you with no strong initiator besides just an Earth Spirit rolling in, which isn't great either. So you're going to have to play entirely into Team Secret pushing into you at all times. I feel like there's going to be a problem with this last pick no matter what.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Cap.
Radiant team are now picking.
Oh my god, it's the Core Omni! It's the safe lane Omni.
Secret's final pick.
So who's gonna be on an off lane?
Dude, I don't know.
Did they misclick? What?
Maybe it's a safe lane ogre who's gonna get Agon Scepter. I don't know, dude. All I know
that
is
sounds better than farming Omni Knight.
All I know is I'm not picking Kinguin. No, maybe it's a Core Dazzle.
Choose your devourer.
And an OD.
And they picked an OD.
So
they picked an OD against the Dusa.
Against the Dusa plus a drain from Lion, this Medusa is gonna have a hard time. So it's lisasH playing Ogre, means it's a support Ogre.
Yep.
Exotic Deer, that's actually a farming Dazzle. Believe it or not.
And an
Called it.
I said it in the previous stream that I want to see Dazzle being played something differently because of his first spell.
It's normally mid. That's theory crafted, right? Because that was what used to be run a long time ago. Is mid Dazzle.
Donda, mid Dazzle with Armlet, just juking the shit out of people.
I mean, I bet Safe Lane Dazzle does pretty good against Tide. Support Dazzle doesn't. But if he, I don't know, gets the levels and poison, maybe he can zone him. I don't know, dude. All I know is I'm not picking Kinguin to win this game.
Well, all right, well, we know where you're going.
Yeah,
cost.
Same thing. I don't know.
I will be very impressed, and I'm happy to be wrong about this, but I can't support it.
No, but who's going to get repelled? Dazzle?
I guess so, dude. And then he's going to shallow grave himself afterwards.
I'm just going to let these two carry on because they're completely bemused by this particular draft. It's confused the hell out of our panel. I wonder if our commentary team have got any wise words.
You know, the wise words can come from Ben in just a sec, but I'm looking forward to seeing Kinguin win this game and watching Lacoste as well as Cap basically hang themselves in their own bow ties. We're going to get to the game. What do you think about it, Ben? Have Kinguin kind of marbles? Have they toodles this right now?
Dazzle. He has good talents.
Another thrilling match awaits us.
Is this a clutch at straw? Like, is that what that is?
I think it's doable. His poison touch is a lot better than before, at least for laning. It does a lot more damage, but the thing about it is it got buffed, so you actually have to right-click people to extend it, which means that if you're a support, you're not getting full value out of the poison touch. So let's go over his talents. He has... Well, after we go through the heroes.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Go through the talents. We can enjoy the very weird and creepy pitches that come along with this.
So he has 60 damage at level 10. That's pretty significant. Usually, if you're a support, you're like, whatever, cast range or health is usually better. But if you're a core, 60 damage is no laughing matter. We're talking about like relic damage territory, right? That is a free sacred relic. Okay, 3,800 gold at level 10.
Are you actually trying to pull out the
30
old... I remember
seconds.
Puppey made this debate back at TI3. It's like, this ability gives me the equivalent of $4,000 worth of an item.
Gold,
That
Toby.
was the gold. Whatever. Just... Are we actually semanticing this already?
Yeah. We're immersed in the world of Dota. Don't ruin my immersion, Toby, by saying dollars. Oh, he almost has $4,000 for the Sacred Realm. No one has... I'm ruined. I'm out of
each
here.
other for my amusement.
Anyways, and then his other talents, his level...
Can I have black back?
His
I want to miss my caster again.
His 15 talent, I actually haven't seen the cast range with the poison touch, so I don't actually know if that's good or not. So I'll kind of see how he plays it from there. 30 poison touch DPS is huge.
going to get this done. They got the decay off. FATA behind him. We got no attack straight back. In fact, FATA... Way! Wide ball! Rolling boulder going to go down the stairs, and FATA's got the creep wave with him.
I don't even know if you want to roll in 1v3 anyways, but Exotic Tier is going to have a really tough time. Poison touch level 1 cooldown is so long, so, you know, it's kind of good that he is getting that experience.
Meanwhile, back at the mid lane, we have CTY, the stand-in for Team Secret. Not going to have as much damage as you'd like to in the early stages. This is like it's +5 damage from the draw.
Oh yeah, they got nerfed.
Yeah, it did. Like her early aura is nowhere near as effective as it used to be.
Dude, of all the heroes that I thought were going to get nerfed at 7.07C, it would not be Drought. That's really low on my list of heroes that got nerfed. That would get nerfed.
I think IceFrog just hates the heroes I love. Techies and Dro.
Well,
and Enigma. Make Enigma viable again.
Not without the jungle, Toby.
No, not without the jungle. Especially now the bounty runes are like their progression is terrible. I admit this.
I feel like part of the reason why Omni Knights pick so much is because he has those friggin' wings as a cosmetic. Those wings are, I mean, they're pretty cool.
They are pretty nice, but it makes me think of Matt Damon every single time.
Why is that?
Because of Dogma.
Is that a movie?
It is a movie. I gotta remember, you don't know movies.
No. If you cast with Will, he's much better at pop culture than I am. I only play Dota, Toby.
You need to start crossing worlds. Alright, so laning-wise, Dazzle, top of the CS board, with his 35-second cooldown timing for Poison Sting, really making life difficult for that Tidehunter. Is that better sarcasm than what I had before when we were talking about the draft?
He is making life difficult for the Tide.
Is he? Kind of feels like kacor is actually doing that more than anything else.
The thing is, melee heroes aren't good at zoning out a Tide. You hit him, he anchor smashes you, and then you lose any trade that you're going to get. So I think it's actually pretty surprising that they were able to... And they got the bounty rune up top first, right? So you have all these disadvantages. But, you know, Dazzle with early Blightstone, he doesn't have it yet, but he will soon. He's going to own.
CTY is having an interesting time amid. 6-7 for him against Medusa of 9-7, so it's still pretty close, but keep in mind that Kinguin are committing pretty much full time that Open Qualifier to the lane, and Puppey spending more time harassing the support on the top lane. And they're actually TPing over. That's now 3 heroes in mid, allowing the rolling boulder to come forward. Puppey under attack with Mystic Snakey trying to reach Roshan for a deny. Almost impossible to do so. Nisha able to actually get that first blood with a double Wraith Band build at the start.
Ain't nothing wrong with double Wraiths. And she can slither faster. 14
Radiant's
agility.
top tower is under
Move
siege.
speed. Race car, Toby. You no longer need phase boots.
I think you're driving the wrong type of car. You get a golf buggy. Those things can go pretty fast if you push it. So
how fast can those things go?
I
Speak to me only in Dota range per second.
it's Dota range.
Don't you dare.
Only.
It's one third of a Bloodseeker.
That's not very fast.
You don't know how fast that Bloodseeker's moving. It's a varying amount. Rolling boulder. Oh, closing distance on draw range is what it's all about. A's the TP. It will be in time. With purification and the damage from the ES, not enough to bring her down, but does force him to abandon the bottom lane. Lion's the only one who's down there, currently going for the room, which is being contested and battled for. There will be no follow-up to this. It's just kacor and YapzOr to get to hold hands and play together.
Kakor's been doing a lot of work, though. Yeah, Drought didn't die down there, but forced to go home already this early. Not that great. You really want her to have the high levels of precision aura, especially with the way that it scales relative to before. It got, I think it was way higher at level 1 before, maybe 16%. Now it's 10% at level 1. So you can't go like a 3-1-1 or 0-2. You might have to max it out much more. Granted, they didn't even draft that many ranged heroes, so that which I was actually pretty surprised about.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like a Dro draft. Like you could your face was the same as the panel when Tidehunter got picked up after Dro was picked up. Like, does this make a lot of sense? Puppey gonna body block up quickly, just over onto Alicia. kacor wants to help out. Quick kick and able to do that. The tombstone is being dropped. They're trying to get rid of it. That won't happen. Not when Solrib's there to keep it alive. And Dro Ranger rotating over just to get the extra little bit of money. But that's the other buff. Like Dro got buffed as well, remember? Like you've got the what's it, plus 300 now on Gust? Or plus 400? Yeah. So they increased the pushback on Gust if you take that over the plus 25 attack speed.
I think it's worth. Especially if you get the cooldown reduction at level 25. If you make it to 25. Drow 25, not one. Just as a hero.
What was
not regarding the talents.
It was the combination when you got the Arcane Rune, Dagon, E-Blade on Dro Ranger, you would have a 1-second cooldown between the Dagon and the E-Blade pop. It was ridiculous magical burst damage coming from a Dro Ranger, leading to the Arcane Rune to just make it all work together. More fun for the support to continuously stop each other from getting CS.
YapzOr's pretty high level. He hasn't really been involved too much, but he's still level 4. He's picking up tons and tons of bounty runes.
2 more levels to kill securing.
Okay, he's going phase boots on Exotic Deer. I want to keep an eye on this guy. Phase, boots, Dezo.
That's the play here?
He's definitely taking the damage. Well, you want high damage versus a Tidehunter in the lane. So I can definitely see that. But the thing is, Blightstone you can't buy in the side shop. You also can't buy phase boots. So like everything's like much slower. Maybe this build would have worked out if the items were the way they were. Maybe
I don't think the cosmetics match his build though. Like he doesn't have the Inoxi Desolator set.
Gonna build it. Maybe
that's the normal build, right, for the DPS style Dazzle.
Maybe you get Dezo on the Medusa and then get the split shot uses modifiers and Dezo everything.
But you could do that. You could also just get like Maelstrom and then split shot modifier.
But you're not getting value out of the weave then.
True.
That's a big deal. I mean, weave is humongous amount of.
Is there anything else you would actually rush on a Dazzle that would counter what Secret are running?
The thing about Dezo, it doesn't help you farm that quickly. It's good for fighting, but you're not a TA, right? You're not gonna be able to like do a huge ancient stack with a Dezo. You're not getting like insane amounts of value from it. So that's why.
So does it turn you into a tower pusher then instead if you go Desolator style?
I think just the Blightstone is enough. You might have to go like a Pike or something like that, just because I think. With these sort of wonky position 1 heroes, you're going to need weird items to make them work out. Because his attack range is not amazing. He's not a 600 range hero. He's 550.
We've had a lot of wonky 1 heroes already on this stream.
Tower is being attacked.
Well, when we had Meneski earlier today with their first game when they had the Undying at the Omni Knight 1 position and then this Tuskar 3 position.
Oh, I know what you should get. You get Solar Crest. Solar Crest is just really good versus OD, good defensively. They have minus armor too with the Gush. And I think you can use it offensively in combination with. I really like Crest. You can kind of build it like Klings.
Oh, that's your quick buy.
It's also just much cheaper too. Like medallions, 1,000 gold. It's not that much of a committal. Like Dezo, you're gonna have to sit in the lane for a long time, and that's not really what you want to do as a Dazzle, especially when you have a Deuce on your team. Your Deuce, she can take out the Ancients, she can farm up stacks. She's great at farming, and then so you need someone else to cover up that space because Drow is going to be looking to take down those T1s ASAP.
Team Secret are looking for the Medusa, but they won't find him. Instead, easy rotation to mid. Damn, that banish lasts a long time. Quick stun and the Purification FATA losing so much life so quickly with the rolling boulder forward. They have enough damage to get the kick in before YapzOr can get the double stun. Undying has dropped the tombstone, so more Undying minions will come to help find this one, but Patos
This is how you play Undying. Like Vega weren't using the, Omni Knight. They weren't using it very well. This, like TPN with that massive heal bomb, level 4 heal on the Tidehunter just looked like paper. Watermelon for lunch.
Easy slices. I prefer mine seedless.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Would he have seeds? So.
Melon? The Tidehunter?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's definitely got a couple of seeds.
Dire's bottom tower under fire.
If you smash him, you get like his broken shell over here. Food though. Yuck.
The seeds are his brain.
Okay.
That's how smart he is.
That's some nasty imagery. That's some value Mystic Snake.
Money doesn't exist.
That's a big stack. They have dropped an Observer Ward there. I mean, if you win a big team fight, maybe you can take it out with Tidehunter.
Oh, okay, exotic tier. Let's see this damage output on the Puppey.
Wow, that's
My shadow falls.
affirmative. Yeah, that's
Level 4 poison touch, phase boots plus medallion.
Medallion is just nice, really nice. Like even Medallion plus Blight might be good. You know, he's going for Solar Pike. Pike I like more than Dezo just because of you don't want to die as Dazzle. You want to be like his spells are pretty low cooldown. He's not like one of those heroes you just drop all your spells and just bounce. I think as a core because your heal is just massive amounts of value level. It's 6-second cooldown, and then when you get to the talent, you gotta drop those poison touches, man. Gotta stay alive to reproc the poison touch.
I still remember that ability being classed as the most useless ability in Dota 2.
Poison touch?
Used to be.
Oh, really?
What else would you say is better, or like worse than poison touch? If you could find something worse than poison touch.
Inner Vitality used to be the worst. I would say Inner Vitality used to be atrocious. That spell was garbage. Like, just get stats instead of it. Bad.
Oh, the days of stats are well gone.
Yeah.
What else was there like that you think would actually be like the worst?
I don't know. Intervit is really hard to trump, man.
Oh, for now,
top tower is
pressure being applied up on the top FATA.
Dire have fortified
Keep bringing that
their
tower down pretty
towers.
low. Exotic Deer not really able to defend it. Doesn't have anyone else up here. He has the wave clear, but only once the wave arrives.
Wow. AoE poison touch.
Still haven't seen Ace add a lot of pressure, but he has hit that level 8. So you've got high points up in both the aura as well as having that bonus agility from the Open Puppey. Oh god. Amount of damage if it's not for YapzOr to create space. Puppey's just copying rock after rock, but now you bring in the slow from Ace and kacor. Patos has to keep him alive. The GA is going to help out with that. Decay, however, not helping that much as the Gust pushes him further back and Finger of Death. YapzOr. All right, now this feels more like Team Secret. YapzOr securing the kill on the Earth Spirit.
He's gonna KS somehow.
It's like a license to do it, except maybe this is the secret of Puppey. Like, I'm gonna pick you Lion first. You don't get Rubik, you don't get a low cooldown, like little Fade Bolt nuke burst damage thing. Like, instead, you have a long cooldown timer and you can only use it every 2 minutes. Until we get to the later portion of the game, which point it's like 40 seconds, right?
I think it's good for the overall playstyle, though, that he has these multiple heroes, especially with the bans being 3 now. A lot of people just used to target him with like Earthshaker and Rubik, and then take one more in the first phase. Now you're gonna need a wider pool that you're super successful.
We're gonna get him to work more on his punch.
Dire's top tower is
That's the next hero I'm waiting to see in the one position role. More trouble right now for YapzOr being hunted. He does have his stuff available if he can just break free quickly. There goes your first onto the ES. YapzOr moving away from the rocks, away from the magnetizer, just keep being dropped on top of him. He's got 17 one charges and again another kick and silence. But was that a mech already up and running?
Yep.
Weave connects onto Team Secret, so negative armor's also arriving.
The Drow team's on the defensive though.
Yeah, they are, but at the same time, you've still got a lot of pushing happening up on the top.
Yeah,
so,
but you do not want to lose your mid T1 tower. Medusa's already able to farm a lot of Ancients, and with this mid T1 town, she's going to be able to farm your Ancients too. There's not a good precedent. for Secret at all. Yeah, Drow's not dying, but you know, this is the time that you're supposed to be really strong. I do think it's partially due to the fact that they don't actually have a ranged 3 position. Yeah, because Tide Hunter, you know, you can only do so much with the Tide. You're not going to be able to farm that efficiently, especially when you go for a
And they've got no wave clear. Like that's the other thing where you normally get it with YapzOr, where you have like that Fade Bolt which cleans up the wave. But in this case, it's like, what, Decay and Tombstone? Ace, a lot of damage kicking in Puppey. Oh, he wants a little bit more of the kacor if he wants to hang around. Right now, they just hex control, making sure Exotic Deer's gonna fall, but no! Pushes up and away, the Gust slows him down for just a little bit. Poison Stink's off cooldown, so is his 1 charges. With no tower, they go for the blind stun. Look into their small little corner, Puppey will find him, but everyone else is out of range and out of mana.
Perfect pickup of small items. This is why, you know, you want a lot of small items as opposed to like a big ticket Dezo or even Maelstrom.
Radiant's middle
would be a
tower
little
is
big.
taking
Like
damage.
he was right about to die too. Even that Wraith Band saved him right there.
Stats, medallion, maneuverability, 4 stuff.
Wraith Band. A Wraith Band.
Isn't it part of the
Shadow wave.
yeah,
Pike?
part
Oh,
of
yeah.
Pike now? Because
I thought he had it earlier for some reason. Oh, I was like, why would he get it early? You don't even get the damage in it. But
Going for the stats into the Pike later on.
he's way more farmed than I thought he was going to be.
We'll see if that farm's going to allow him to survive. There was movement coming to the top. It's the OD rotating up.
Ooh, Midas bots. Old super greedy build.
You do wonder too, like how CTY is meant to coordinate against this. Like with basic lineups, you can understand like, okay, the timing is going to run this way. This is the way we do things. But how do you even like predict Kinguin's timing when you're running like a Dazzle 1 position? This is not something you can prepare for.
I think you're always going to be worried about the late game versus the Medusa. So even if there is a question mark on the Dazzle, I do think Medusa is just, especially with an Omni Knight on the team, because Medusa's very rarely built BKB. Like, you're not going to be able to like astral her during the Stone Gaze.
Yeah.
You know, it would work out pretty well generally for the
Tower is
more
being
astral people
attacked.
during Grave. Like, it's just
Money
not
changes
be.
hands.
You need a lot of uptime on the Medusa, so you can actually like steal all of her.
Radiant
And
structures are
It's just that
fortified.
time too when you
Radiant's
like, you
top
steal the
tower is
intelligence,
being attacked.
but do you make it so YapzOr not only the guy that
Dire's
comes
middle
around who's
tower
getting
is being
stuns,
attacked.
disables all the time?
Maybe
You
they
just
will
have him
attack
sitting there
Dire's
draining
towers for
her,
a few
draining her dry.
seconds here.
probably, maybe you get status resistance. I don't think it helps me.
Dire's
I
bottom
don't
tower
think you can
under
just
fire.
stand there and attack though, or mana drain.
Yeah.
That's just not really. It's good at proc Lincolns, I would say, but she usually just hits so hard that it's very difficult to.
Solar Crest is now fully done for Exotic Deer.
They're gonna be able to do Roach pretty soon. Especially that T1 tower though. I actually very surprised that Secret did not mount more of a defensive tower. I bet they're pretty sad about that. They have that deep ward too, right below the Ancient, so that Medusa can farm that pretty safely. And in case they try and make a play on Roche, they're also going to see YapzOr's running into that ward right.
Yeah, they're right on top of it, and they smoke right on top of it as well.
So they can set up a trap right here.
Are they
sit
actually
behind the
doing
Medusa.
Roshan themselves? They're going for
They're
Medusa.
definitely going to know. If they're not there
Oh,
within
that-
a few seconds, they're...
They're doing Roshan.
Yeah.
So Puppey holding the tombstone for the moment. They actually have their own medallion.
It's not fast though, and now...
There's
that-
the dire scan, but they're inside the pit, so it's not pinging off just yet. Here comes the Medusa, running straight in. Observer Ward is up right now for Team Secret, so they use what's coming in. The Gus on the back lines for Guardian Angel. 3 heroes locked together. Team Secret. The damage is so high when the Omni Knight goes point blank range, purifying the evil sins that was Team Secret's attempt to go for Roshan. 3 heroes lost. There shall be no rebuttal for this. Lion can do absolutely nothing, and even rolling Boulder forward, maybe Lion can do something. It's called dying. Hit by the Mystic Snake, YapzOr's dropping low, the attacks from Nisha will do it. 4 heroes lost, Aegis-Simor to Kinguin, and that is a disastrous first attempt by Team Secret to do Roshan.
The spirit of eternal envy lives on in Team Secret. I mean, it wasn't that bad of an attempt. They had the medallion, so it was like conceivable that they did it, but just that ward that was there just made it impossible for them to actually take that fight.
Yeah.
They can just count it down. Okay, they're not wrapping around to Medusa. They're not popping up. Okay, they're in Roche. And their Roche lineup is not great either.
Yeah.
But usually you're okay with that as a Tide. You're okay with taking a Roche fight. But when she walks in with Stone Gaze pre-casted, and you don't disable her before the Stone Gaze, you are going to get crushed.
Those two observer wards, like you mentioned it yourself, like Kinguin's going to be thinking about Roshan, especially when that Solar Crest came up.
Well,
and their warning was perfect for it. Like it's in the right position to know when Team Secret will contest you. But they got even more than what they bargained for, where they actually saw Team Secret attempt it themselves.
Yeah, well, that's the thing of your Secret though. You know that you're like not in a good spot. They already took down their T1. You know that you shouldn't really be on the defensive at this point in time with the Drought Rush lineup, so you feel like you need to do something. And if the game plays out the way, like slowly, the Medusa's going to farm a lot of Ancients, and they're just going to do Roche pretty safely, right? So you want to be one step ahead. I don't think it was a bad attempt. It was just a bad attempt because of the vision that they had. Without the vision, I think it would actually been a pretty good play for them. It would have been quite unexpected for their lineup to sneak Roche at that particular point.
Yeah, but Kinguin catch a lucky break. And now it's Team Secret who are back on the repair job. There's still 6,000. The net worth advantage, gold, going the way of Kinguin. Maybe a little bit more. And Ogre's wrapping around the back. He's, well, okay, a little bit of quick information.
Radiant's
So
bottom
the big
tower
question
is
is,
attacked.
did the Midas bots on CTY really hurt them this game? So this one of the it's probably the greediest build in the game. Midas
Radiant's
bots
bottom tower
on any
under
hero,
fire.
I would say. And could they have taken a mid T1 fight if he had, let's say, Tread's Pike, I would say,
Radiant's bottom
is
tower
roughly
is
equivalent.
demolished.
Maybe Tread's 4-staff,
Radiant structures are
or,
fortified.
you know, maybe even Veil. Do you need Veil with your team? Probably not. So you probably just go to 4-staff plus Treads. Whatever the difference. Maybe. I'm not completely sure.
Nisha trying to force this. YapzOr lands the stun and the
Radiant.
attempted silence. Didn't realize that CTY moved a little bit further north, so they do not connect.
CTY is going to have to do some super heavy lifting though.
Yeah.
Like he is going to. The thing about it is he went the greatest build possible, and look at his net worth relative to Deuce.
It's not a happy day for him because they couldn't stop any of the ancient stacks. Like these fights that ended up happening all went the way of Kinguin. They went back. They never lost any of their jungle prep.
Because Omni Knight owns in this particular situation. Like they can't actually take it. Normally Tide is really strong. Like right after he hits level 6 to 25-30 minutes, a little bit before BKBs pop out. He is the king. Like no one can really touch him.
He's got a Blink Dagger up and running. Goes to the initiation, and they're actually going to the back line. So they started on Exotic Deer, but then they focused onto the Omni Knight, realizing that that's the target they need to bring down if they want to take any fight.
I'll take that.
Defensive Stone Gaze from Kinguin. Space. Tombstone from Puppey's on top of the tier 2 tower.
They should just back off though without Stone Gaze. I think it's a little bit too sketchy of a fight. But actually, they do have the superior vision.
Yeah, just sitting on the top of the ramp.
Dude, that Medusa, she was Butterfly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of money.
They're in a lot of trouble. Oh my god, I did not. I saw her net worth. I was like, okay, yeah, she's farming. And then I see her items, and like, she is way more farm than I even thought she was.
Well, and Team Secret, no, they can't just sit back and wait for this. They're looking at a chance to get involved, but it won't happen. A denial of the tower happens from an OD.
They're weaved up though.
Okay, the butterfly's actually done.
Okay, good luck dealing with that. And then she's gonna be bloodlusted and repelled, and she's gonna be, they're gonna weave.
And she's still got another 1,000 gold after finishing up the butterfly. Like, it's not even like you're slowing down the progression to the next item. You've removed all outer towers in 23 minutes. You've already taken one Roshan.
The weave Stone Gaze synergy is actually quite nice, because that's sometimes a problem where you have cores that don't do any damage through the Stone Gaze. Like you want heroes like Sven who just like chop them down during Stone Gaze. It's a very common combo Medusa. No one's ever really thought of Medusa Dazzle.
They're just gonna run the Medusa in. Okay, nope. Aegis Immortal just timed out. Fresh Observe Ward down. They see Puppey.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, Puppey lives. One charges, Ignite is ticking him. It's ticking him. He needs the creep wave. So Soul Rip keeps him alive. 11 HP. Barely surviving, but while Puppey's licking his wounds, you're attempting a split push up on top. Kinguin bring that mid tower down to 1/3 of his HP.
At least FATA's pushing top, right?
Yes.
They do
Yes.
have, what, 2 towers out on top? I guess that's some playroom to work with, but 6 towers already down. Wow, this Dats is actually owning when he's farming Ancients. He actually just cleared that camp out really quickly with Mask of Madness.
It's alright, so 220 damage.
That's a lot, and he has a lot of minus armor.
And now he's going to go for a BKB. What is that movement speed as well? 550 with the haste rune running up north, and Tide's going to have to back up the second he sees Exotic Deer with that kind of speed. We were talking about the amount of damage you've got. If you can't outrun him, yeah, you got to TP home.
Who theory crafted this? Who was it?
The one position dazzle?
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Well, that's that question, right? Like, was there a point ever in the history of Dota where you had a one position dazzle?
I've seen 2 before. I have seen 3 as well. Moose played it as 3. But
There's a one position.
as a 1, I don't recall.
Yeah, I remember it in the 2 positions, but they were also in the early days of Dota 2 when you were wondering like who the hell you can even run mid. So that's when we had like the Shamans and the Rubiks, like the age of when like Sing Sing was relevant professional Dota player.
It's also before there were, like, all the items that he's built this game, or not the mask, but the solar and the pike, those didn't exist. Was run as a 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Secret keep going like this, they're still gonna get out farmed. This Medusa is like kind of closing in on like double of the OD's net CS. Bloodlust, Split Shot are just much better farming tools than that. I mean, you have Precision Aura. Midas. That doesn't even compare. Come on, look at her items. Insane.
Yeah. When that Skadi comes up, like how long is it going to be before that attack modifier is done?
Dude, I think,
Like how fast does it take her to get to level 25?
well, she doesn't need 25. She just gets 20 with 800 mana, get Aegis, Repel, and you just win the game, I think. How do you kill her? She's going to have 2,000 mana. Actually, that's without the Skadi even.
And she's going to get a double damage rune if
Oh,
somebody makes a
no.
play for it. A quick denial from YapzOr does not want to deal with that and then taunts his way out.
Very important. I don't think the Drow can do any damage in this.
Yeah.
In the fights. That's, I think, the biggest problem for me. Like, you cast GA, and then what does she do? She can't, like,
Dire's middle tower is being
literally
attacked.
nothing she could do in the fight. You're going to have to
Dire's
burst down the Omni Knight, but if you try to burst down the Omni Knight, he gets grayed, there's Stone Gaze that comes out. So I'm not very confident in their ability to stop this GA from coming out, and because of that, I have full confidence in Kinguin winning this team fight.
Yeah. And Kinguin can just put the Medusa on the front lines if you're pushing in high ground. Like, even if it's like a high ground defense from Team Secret. Oh, okay, this might help from Ace if he can initiate. The Observer Ward's down, and there's a quick gust, follow-up stun, start draining out that mana, burn through the shields, and, well, they managed to chip away at 15% of her mana.
He even took the 4-1-4 build on the Lion.
And that drain was still ineffective. Puppey on the run, and Gus tries to create space again, won't work.
You're not touching this. This Dusa is unstoppable.
Yep. So we'll see just how hard Team Secret want to try and commit. Again, another stun into a drain. Falstaff breaks the range. Need to bring the OD back to the front line, so these abilities of Team Secret can be more spammable. Nisha just goes straight in. The damage on the YapzOr with the kick control is too good for Kinguin. They have the creep wave with them and reset the position. Fortification being triggered by Team Secret. Full defense for the moment. And that TP forward is Undying coming in. Not the right time for it. Nisha, there you go again. Turn on the Stone Gaze. Gets them to run away. And all they want to do, bring down the tower, expose the ranks. There's even a creep wave pushing through bottom. A Team Secret. They don't want to keep chasing either. They want to. If they can get some, like, cancel TP, but won't happen. Back up to top. Get control of the lanes from Kinguin, and they've opened up the shrines.
They do need to refill mana on Medusa though before this next push. It could be, she could be in a little bit of trouble because she only has 600 mana right now. That mana drain is very significant, 120 mana per second. But this X-Roche, Secret absolutely need, or they just flat out lose.
And what do? Like they can try and de-ward a little bit, smoke and go in again, but you're being scouted at the moment by illusions. And
I think you wrap around, you burst down the Omni Knight while astraling the Dazzle. I
Well,
think
they're
is
getting
ideal,
wrapped
or
around
Hexen.
themselves into the back line. Just the Medusa right on top of YapzOr. FATA will reveal him. They have to keep these stuns chaining off. It's a 3-man Ravager. Isn't too bad. They managed to get through most of Nisha's mana, but even then, that's not enough. The Tombstone is lost. The OD comes, well, Puppey comes back out. The OD's imprisonment. Earn charge ticking down on the Drow Ranger.
Dire's
A's down to
middle
6
tower taking
HP.
damage.
Able to survive and needs to TB home whenever he can find a safe place, and he does find that place. 2 supports lost from Team Secret. They should be very happy that that wasn't worse than what it was.
Yeah, they really should. Well, when Dusa wraps around like that, you actually just stand no chance. She caught line of your supports, didn't even use Stone Gaze.
And now the illusion scouts out the fact that Roshan's alive, so they move in so quickly to grab him. Look at that. That is one big dazzle. When you've once lost him, it's like with the set as well, it looks like there's a whole bunch of like popping zits on his back.
Like, what was that guy in 300?
Yeah,
okay.
the little the hunchback guy who ended up betraying. Wow, movie reference. From
I know, that's what I was
Bellini.
like, who am I?
What is this?
I did watch that movie.
Radiant's middle
It is one of the big ones to watch. All right, well, let's see if, well, you don't have 300, you have 5 people for Team Secret to hold this line against the Horde. Stuns can come out, the gust from Ace, he can get the range to get the damage out, but remember, you've still got the weave, you've got that armor going through. There's almost plus 40 on the already base 24 armor of the Medusa.
Radiant's middle barracks has
They
fallen.
can't put physical damage into this. So you look for the magical pop, but all you really get is OD stealing intelligence, but if he gets close enough for that, he can get initiated on.
And he doesn't have a way to deal with the evasion too. Yeah, like you're gonna have to deal with the Solar Crest on him, anyways.
Medusa's going a second butterfly.
Oh yeah, the Butterfly and the Solar Crest and another Butterfly. I
No.
mean, she could go Rapier at this point. Spice it up, Nisha.
I don't think you need to.
Yeah, you really
I
don't.
think they're very happy. Like, well, Kat was saying, like, he bumped into them in the elevator, and it's like they really should have 2-0'd was the mindset. If they lose this game, if they give Secret more than 2 kills, they probably will be sad with themselves. Because right now, if they play this right, Team Secret should get absolutely nothing.
Yep.
And YapzOr, well, okay, 3 men done, play it right, Ace in through the rear, they try to come in from behind, and now, well, BKBs get triggered, Ace is the main man they're hunting, rolling ball forward, 4 of them on him, the Drow Ranger will fall 1 minute without her, and Team Secret, well, they tried to pincer Kinguin, and all they're going to end up doing is losing this game. Puppey solo, Nisha just gets pushed in, and the buybacks, they all don't exist.
Okay.
GG, well played. 32 minutes, 2 kills for Team Secret to the 14 of Kinguin.
Okay, yesterday I saw 4 puck. Today I saw a Core Dazzle just solo a Drow Ranger. I've seen everything now.
This is
Officially.
This is the new world.
Nice strat.
Yeah, Dazzle 1 position. How the hell do you draft
It
against
was more
that?
so the Dusa. I actually think the Dazzle could have been most heroes. Although she did buff up her damage to the point where they couldn't actually take any team fights, but the Dusa just got way too big.
Either the Dire or the Radiant win. It was either a compelling match or a boring match, or somewhere in the middle. Digital Sports.